So today we have Masterclass with MasterChef Ajay Chopra. So all of you must be knowing about the Masterclass today. It's about European food. It's about European cuisine. So Chef Ajay Chopra will be teaching you how to use masalas, ingredients. And the main thing is that more than food with European ingredients. So over to you, Chef. Please come and teach our students about the preparations. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dada. Okay, great. All right, so guys and girls, rather chefs in all, good afternoon. Okay, so first ground rule is let's make this masterclass lively. Okay, I know it's afternoon, you've had lunch, I've had lunch. I will not sleep because I'm standing and talking, but you please don't go to sleep. Okay, if you're feeling sleepy, stand up. Okay, and just come and start helping me. There are a lot of onions here, we'll chop it up. All right, is that okay? Okay, so before we start cooking, let me talk to you about why we are here today. Right, we are here to introduce you to European Union products. Why? Anybody wants to answer why? Why am I here to introduce European Union products?
Can I cater a bit?
Yeah.
Because recently there is a more trend of using continental cuisine, fusing it with Indian cuisines. So introducing to Indian continental European ingredients is good enough because there's a lot of fusion are happening in India.
Okay, so one perspective is a lot of fusion is happening in India, so that's why we're using European Union products. Okay, that's one answer. Any other answers? Yeah?
It started with the first in Germany, now it's 27 countries, 27 state members. It's closer. That's why I think so. It also goes for some relationship, good relationship with India also.
That could be one possibility for sure. What are the other reasons? Why are you here? Why are you here?
To learn the ingredients.
Yeah, but learning can be with dal chawal, Gondoraj lemon, Ilsa, which is locally available. Why do we need to train yourselves with European Union ingredients? Okay, so I want you to ask this question to yourself. Why am I sitting here? कोई गल नहीं हाँ बोलो
तो सर if I talk about the market nowadays, so when we go to the market, yeah, we found different restaurants of dal chawal and all, but at the same time we found some sandwiches. Nowadays even you can find in cafe risotto also. Risotto, then you can find different continental dishes. So I will say India is adapting country. India is adapting too fast.
ये मोदी बनेगा पक्की बात है.
No sir, I am not talking like Modi, but if we think कि
भाई तूने क्या पहन रखा है?
शेफ कोड
क्या करेगा इसका?
मेरे को तो सर खाना बनाना है.
शेफ बनना है ना? तो शेफ बनने के लिए इंग्रेडिएंट्स की नॉलेज जरूरी है कि नहीं है?
Yes, chef.
That's why you are here. If you don't know your ingredients, why and how will you use something? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Close your eyes. You'll close your eyes and you'll open and you will read this line. Okay? Chalo. Close your eyes. Now open. Read this line.
Prosciutto di Parma.
Can anybody tell me what that means?
What? Prosciutto di Parma is a part of ham from the hind quarter of the pig, which is air cured using salt, which is found in Italy.
Very good.
Which is eaten raw.
Why is it called prosciutto? Why is it called Parma?
It is from the Parma region.
Very good. Can we have a round of applause for this gentleman? What's his name? What's his name?
Shashwata Bhattacharya, sir.
Shashwata Bhattacharya. Very good, Shashwata. Okay, so that brings me to the starting of why we are here. So we are here to understand European Union ingredients. The reason is that, you know, I'm an ambassador to More Than Food campaign in India, along with Chef Guntas. I don't know if anybody knows her, but I'm sure many people know her. So what we are doing is, over a period of a time, we are trying to get European Union ingredients embedded in the Indian culture. And I'll tell you as we go forward why. But for you, the most important part is to understand that if I get an ingredient, I should know what that ingredient is. Because from now, you guys are ready to go into hotels in what, 7 months?
Around 4-6 months.
About 6 months you'll be in hotels. And if a packet of prosciutto di Parma, chef says, Parma le kya le gaun? That will happen, right? Okay, in my college, I studied for 3 years. We spoke about salmon, we never saw salmon. We spoke of quail eggs, we never saw quail eggs. We spoke about Parma, we never saw Parma. We only saw it in books. अच्छा, ऐसा लगता है, ऐसा दिखता है. But how does it taste? We had no idea. So you guys are very, very lucky that European Union has chosen GNIHM to showcase their products to you. Hello? एनर्जी नहीं है यार. रेड बुल लाऊं? तो क्या मतलब, कुछ तो हुआ ताली, कुछ तो होनी चाहिए ना. यू हैव बीन चोजन, वेल डन. कुछ तो अच्छे काम किए होंगे तुमने. हाँ, तभी यहाँ पे मैं खड़ा हूँ, मजाक कर रहा हूँ. ओके, सो लेट्स गो थ्रू दिस प्रेजेंटेशन. कैन एवरीबडी सी दिस? Can everybody read this? Guys, come and sit. Don't worry. When we start cooking, I'll call you. Yeah? Now, this is a quiz that I'm giving to you now, but by the end of the masterclass, you will have to come up with something, and then there is a prize waiting for you. Okay, very good, but I think you don't need to limit yourselves to croissant. You can think of any word that comes to your mind when you think of European Union products, right? Somebody from your batch, that Sardarji said, we have 27 member states. A lot comes from those member states. Okay? Do you know that Europe is the largest producer of dash in the whole world? Very good. Also, very good. Also, very good. Also, very good. Okay, so these 4 things are the largest produce. Itna sa hai, India is a chota EU, right? That's how much they produce. Okay, so I'll name some. Gnocchi. Okay, go back, please. Gnocchi, cheese goes in breakfast traditionally. Souvlaki. Who said souvlaki? Who said souvlaki? Who wrote souvlaki? Raise your hand who said souvlaki. Well done, you're going to get a prize today. Now tell me who wrote souvlaki. Okay, Austria, pasta, risotto, gouda, oki oil. Now must be olive oil. Fish and chips. Fish and chips, कौन बोला? Geography weak है तुम्हारी. अच्छा पहले से लिखे क्या? हाँ. Fish and chips किसने लिखा है? भाई, England is no longer a part of European Union. Huh? Okay. Excellent, excellent, very good. Some good answers. Okay, give yourselves a clap. Clapping keeps you awake. And harder clapping keeps you awake. Well done. ये तो आंसर पहले ही हो गया. जीत गए आप. आपने पहली किताब पढ़ ली ना. वेरी गुड. आपकी बात हो रही है. हाँ, तो 27 मेंबर स्टेट्स है ना. वेरी गुड. आप जीत गए. मैं कह रहा हूँ. विच कंट्री इज फेमस फॉर इट्स सॉसेजेस? यू श्योर इट्स नॉट बल्गेरिया? या? हु इज सेइंग यस? हु इज सेइंग कॉन्फिडेंट यस? जल्दी बताओ भाई, मेरी फ्लाइट निकल जाएगी. हु इज सेइंग यस? तूने यस बोला ना, आपने भी बोला ना. चलो 3 सॉसेज के नाम बताओ. ओके, वेरी गुड. यू नो, एनीबडी नोज? तुम्हें कहीं पे बचना हो ना, वर्स्ट लगा दो पीछे. वर्स्ट सॉसेज के पीछे वर्स्ट. एक्चुअली वुर्स्ट बोलते हैं. वुर्स्ट, ब्रातुर्स्ट, कियकुर्स्ट, वियनवुर्स्ट, राइट? वर्स्ट ऐसे याद किया था मैंने. किसी के पीछे वर्ड्स लगा तो सॉसेज बन जाएगी. राइट? गुड वेज टू रिमेंबर. ओके, Very good. Which European country is known for its high quality chocolates? ये तो पता ही होगा ना. Belgian waffles. Very good. Very good. Term champagne is associated with sparkling wine from which country? Very good. Why? Very good. Very good. Do I have spot prizes here? Here. I don't want so much mozzarella. Mozzarella खाओ, खुद जान जाओ. Very good. Manchego cheese is a traditional product from which country? अब. Yeah, very good. Theory अच्छी है तुम लोगों की. There are more than 1,000 kinds of cheese in France, and 96% of people in the country eat cheese regularly. Is that true or false? Did you know लिखा है ना? Belgium is the chocolate capital of the world. The country is home to more chocolate factories than any other country on the earth. There are over 2,000 chocolatiers in Belgium, and they produce around 172,000 tons annually. Right? It's a lot of chocolate. Over 120 European olive oils are protected by the Protected Designation of Origin, PDO label, meaning they have all verified ties with traditional methods of production, whether in Greece, Italy, Portugal, or Spain. Okay, so all this while we only thought that olive oil comes from Italy, right? Most of us thought. I also thought before I went there, right? So Greece is actually a very large producer of olive oil. So is Italy, so is Portugal, and so is Spain. Okay. Okay. Now this is a bit of understanding notes, but More Than Food campaign in India, like I asked you guys, why was it started is because, see, I've been a chef for almost 25 years. I passed out college in 1998. And we have been using these cheeses, the Parma ham, you know, the chocolates, the sausages, all of these products from that time, right? Now there's a very big reason why we have been using. Very big reason. Can anybody say that? Yeah. Authenticity, very good. That's a very big pillar. Thank you for that. Very big pillar in European Union food understanding. Authenticity, right? I'll just elaborate. I'll elaborate myself about what authenticity means. So, for example, Parmigiano Reggiano. Anybody knows what that is? Very good. Parmesan cheese, okay? It is a recipe of a family which has been there for hundreds of years. So that recipe is then given generation to generation to generation. That never changes, okay? We talk about galotti kebab, okay? Italy talks about Parmesan cheese, okay? That recipe has also been given from generation to generation. Now that authenticity helps you to maintain consistency. Okay, so every time as a chef, I don't have to worry that my pasta will suddenly become salty because this Parmesan lot was salty or was a bit funky, right? It wasn't consistent. No. When anything leaves European Union countries, anything, it has to go through very stringent tests. Okay? Otherwise, it does not go out. So if it is not qualifying to those safety and quality standards, it does not go out. So which means that कोई भी label चिपका के आगे नहीं कर सकता. I'll give you an example. I had gone to Italy and whilst I was the brand ambassador for Monini olive oil, you know, I happened to see the farm, then I went to the factory, then I saw the entire process of the olive oil making. But what intrigued me the most was the owner of that company was 82 years old, was there in the olive oil lab sipping olive oil. You know, they go to the extent of not giving that to anyone. He's got 25 people sitting there doing the same job, but he wants to make sure that it's signed by him. You all are wearing chef coats, which means eventually you'll become chefs. Some of you, you've heard about signature dishes. Signature dishes happen with signature ingredients, and European Union believes in signature ingredients as their core value. So they have their 4 core values that they really talk about, and I want to talk about as well. One is what the lady just said, authenticity. Very good. The second one is sustainability, right? We are living on this earth which is dying and depleting. Now if we don't take any action towards it, it's going to die sooner, right? So what is our responsibility? that sustainability becomes a thought process. Now, how does sustainability work out here? How? Give me some examples.
Sir, sustainability, what I know about it that there's a lot of restaurants that they use their own ingredient, they grow their own ingredient, they use the local ingredient, and the use of imported material is not that.
Yeah. In India, recently plastic was banned, right? Some grades of plastic were banned. You know why? It's not biodegradable. But certain plastics are. Certain plastics are biodegradable because of their microns, right? Now, every packet that you see which is of plastic, okay, is used with that micron only. You can't use it. India में law अभी आया है. Okay, now मैं ये नहीं कहना चाहता कि हम पीछे हैं वो आगे हैं. But I'm saying certain things they're good at. So that we can always learn from them, right? Sustainability also means that anything that is happening, all the waste is not being just dumped in some river. Is actually treated and then reused or recycled, right? Sustainability cycle has to complete, which means that if you're using something, either it's reused or it's recycled or it's reposted, which means composted. Okay? So unless the cycle is complete, we are not being a sustainable generation. So European Union products are sustainable, they are authentic. What else do you think? What else do you think are the other characteristics of European Union products?
Sir, what I know about the European is not that I know about the Italian, that they use the simple cooking method to make the freshness of ingredients shine. And it's not about just food, it's part of their culture, gathering people around the table, sharing.
Great. We'll come to that. We'll come to that because that's more cuisine. Okay, right now I'm still at the ingredient stage. So if you look at the 4 pillars, we've talked about authenticity, we've talked about sustainability, but there are other 2 aspects here. Now what if I open this packet of cheese and just grate it and serve it out and people fall sick? What's going to happen to my organization? I'll be closed. Whether I'm in India or Zimbabwe or anywhere else, right? Those rules are strict for anyone. But as a chef, how do I become 100 and 200 and 500% sure that whatever I'm using is safe? Yeah? Which means that cold food cold, hot food hot suna hai, danger zone suna hai. Which means every European Union product has to go through that channel, otherwise it's rejected. So even a degree of drop, rejected. Now, how do you make sure that it's traveling from Europe to India and the fluctuation has not happened? Where were we? We were at safety, right? So, how do we make sure? Shipping, transportation, trucks, coming to Calcutta. What are those standards? Okay. Very good. So it's not contaminated. The temperatures are recorded from the time of origin to the time of delivery. Okay. There is no shift in temperature because if it is a fresh produce, it's taken at below 4 degrees, 0 to 4. It stays in 0 to 4. It arrives in 0 to 4 and gets dispatched to the distributor in 0 to 4. And then it goes to the market 0 to 4 and comes to your fridge 0 to 4. Right? So imagine a thousands of mile journey is being made sure that because every record is there. Tomorrow, if at all I fall sick, I can go back to the European Union and they can show me all the records, not just from the time of packing, but even from the time of growing. When was the milk taken? When was the cheese made? Everything is written. Can you believe it? Is this news to you? तो खड़ा हो जा बेटा, नींद आ रही है तो खड़ा हो जा. तो खड़ा हो जाना, क्या होता है, नींद तो आ ही रही है तेरे को, दिख नहीं रहा बोल के. हाँ, जिसकी सुन नींद आ रही है खड़े हो जाओ, कोई बात टेंशन नहीं है, मेरे को भी आती है, मैं खड़ा हो जाता हूँ. लास्ट पॉइंट, क्वालिटी. व्हाट आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट हियर? आर वी सेइंग इंडिया की क्वालिटी खराब है? देन व्हाट आर वी सेइंग हियर? Yeah. Yeah, why do you spend so much on a Louis Vuitton bag and not so much on a Isbeta bag? Quality. quality, right? It's the quality that you're paying for. And the quality means that the highest raw material is used to create the highest produce. Now somebody said that they are salted in Parma, which is the air, and because it's close to the sea, so the air is salted, and the prosciutto, which is the hind leg of the pork, is hung for almost 90 days, so it becomes aged and it becomes salty, right? Now in this, what if मच्छर मक्खी attack वहाँ होता होगा ना, कुछ तो होता होगा, but it's not taken care of, right? It's done in such a way that there is no infestation none so ever, right? So all those things are well taken care of. Let's move forward. Okay, now EU has quality schemes. We talked about PDO. I'm surprised nobody asked a question, chef. What is PDO? What is this? What are these? Rasgulla was given a PD or a PGI? PDI. Protected designation of origin, protected geographical indication. PGI. Geographical indication. उड़ीसा और बंगाल में लड़ाई हो रही थी. हमारा है, नहीं हमारा है. Huh? Right? So the point is that why is this important? Yes, that is true, but why do we need this stamp?
Because if the product is PDO means that product is originally made in that particular area. For example, if you are talking about
Correct. It's made in that particular area. Champagne becomes champagne only when it comes from Champagne. Parma ham becomes Parma ham when it only comes from Parma. Parmigiano Reggiano becomes Parmigiano Reggiano if it comes from the family of Parmigiano Reggiano. Right? That's how the PDO works and the PGI works. So geographical indication and the indication of the designation of origin always helps you to see, okay, I'm buying the right product. It's got a label, it's got a stamp. India mein ISI hai, right? Internationally, this is internationally accepted. This is a world organization which does it. It's not a European organization which stamps it. Okay, it's a world organization. So whether it's a wine bottle or it's a cheese or it's a meat or whatever, if you see a PDO PGI, you know that it's a quality product which is stamped at site, at source. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so today I'm making 2 Indian dishes. Let me put this very honestly. It may sound arancini and Parma ham and Gouda and whatever. It may sound that I'm doing 2 international dishes, but I'm saying I'm doing 2 Indian dishes. Right? What is a risotto? Rice. What is a khichdi? And difference between the risotto preparation and the khichdi? Only the rice. Right? You change the rice, it still becomes a risotto, it still becomes a khichdi, right? Okay? So I'm, rather than calling a arancini ball from risotto rice, I'm doing an arancini ball with khichdi, with Govindabhog rice, because we're staying in Calcutta. And that's how beautiful it smells, right? Okay, I love Govindabhog rice, I love Calcutta, I love your food, amazing. So give yourself a round of applause. Neem kholo, very good. Okay. Any questions up till now before then we start cooking?
Ask what the challenge is there. He said that there's a challenge for you guys. Don't you want to know what it is?
what is the challenge?
And these guys don't even want to see the label.
I mean, they have seen it. Don't you want to see what the label looks like?
हाँ बेटा, जिसने नहीं देखा उसके लिए बोल रहा हूँ ना. आप तो यूरोप पे घूम के आए हैं सर. हाँ? Any questions up till now?
I'll take it home. You don't want it?
Want to know the challenge? The challenge is that you all are cooking today and I'm sitting. कौन सा खून है तुम में यार? हैं? उबलता ही नहीं है? कितनी भी गैस लगा लो? So the challenge is that, like I said, that I am making an Indian dish or 2 dishes which are using European ingredients. So I first want to clarify myself that it's not fusion. Okay, I hate the word fusion because people have taken this word of fusion and made it into Confusion. Okay. Why confusion? Because जो फ्लेवर के साथ जाता भी नहीं है घुसेड़ दो बस देखी जाएगी. हाँ? Fanta Maggi, chocolate momo, right? Tandoori sushi. Okay. The thought difference. So if I'm making a risotto, risotto is rice. Okay. I'm using a rice which is from Calcutta. I'm using local ingredient. Okay. I am enhancing that flavor with Parma ham and asparagus because that I don't find in Calcutta. But I want to give that same texture of an Italian arancini ball. Right? I'm going to use mozzarella from Poland. Right? So which means what? Now I am making a global dish. Right? India is no longer India, it's a global territory. So people in London are eating dal chawal arancini. Then in India, why can't we eat asparagus and Parma ham arancini? Right? So your challenge is that you have to come up with innovative dishes, not fusion confusion dishes, innovative dishes, names by the end of this class. And whosoever dish name sounds the most interesting will get, I'll tell you what is there in this. Strawberry from France, jam. Jalapeno, Santa Julia, this is not a wine bottle, it's an olive oil bottle. Okay. Everybody knows this? Yeah? Packet of Parma ham. If you're a Muslim, then we'll change it to a packet of cheese. Gouda. Some golden hazelnut chocolate. A lovely diary for you to make notes and a recipe book inside. So put your mobile phones on silent, and whilst you're looking at what I'm doing, please also think of an innovative dish. Okay, all right, so let's get to the dishes now because I'm very, very excited to cook. Now, I don't want to cook alone, so you have three gentlemen here, lovely guys, come. Okay, so what we'll do is, we will first understand how, I'm sure your teachers have told you how to use asparagus. How? Peel first or do something else? Wash first, okay? Then? How do you know which kahan tak todna hai? Jahan se toote wahan tak, right? Okay, so when you know that almost this height, this from the same farm, keep it here, lose this. Okay, will you throw this? Will you throw this? Only stock? Expensive yaar, asparagus. Make a soup out of it. Yeah, we'll make a soup out of it later if we get time. Okay, now what you need to do is just, these are already washed. I am not peeling it because we're not consuming it directly. You have to peel it only if it's going with a steak or a plated dish as a whole asparagus, because then you're going to chew it, right? Here, the fibers are getting cut. So we don't need to cut it. Now, anybody knows where is this asparagus from? Most probably Peru. You'll be surprised. These are Thai asparagus. Let's keep these two for garnish. देख के समझ में आता है. अब आगे समझदार हो तुम. हाँ ना भाई. क्लास तो वो लोग कर रहे हो, काम तो मैं कर रहा हूँ. Okay, so I've just chop it up. Take this much of onion. I've got a Spanish onion with me. Okay. Any idea why am I using a Spanish onion and why not a red onion?
It has a different taste.
Sweeter taste, okay, not very this thing. So one person chop me an onion with some garlic. Okay, one person can chop up the Parma ham. Parma ham is actually something which is eaten as a table meat. Okay, so you can eat it just like that, or you can use it for flavoring, or you can use it for cooking. So it's very thin, very thinly sliced. Okay, very thinly sliced. So I can wrap it up with some asparagus and use it. I can wrap it up with some cheese and just give it a sear. I can do a lot with it. Or I can just make florets of it and put it on my meat board. You want to taste it? No Muslims here, no? Ah, very good. I want to check. Salty? What else? What else do you, what flavor do you see?
Salty and
Little smoky? Yeah? So now you don't want to ask a question, how did the smoke come? We only talked about the air. Yeah. That should be enough for me. There's one bucket here. Okay? चलो साथ साथ चॉप कर दे जाओ. एक बंदा इसको थोड़ा और चॉप कर दो, एक बंदा अनियन चॉप कर दो. फाइन. Okay, so what I'm doing is, my thought came from, I do a dish called Indori Bhutte ki Khees Tempura. Okay, which is basically Bhutte ki Khees. Everybody knows Bhutte ki Khees? What is Bhutte ki Khees? आपको पीछे मत देखो. आपको, what is Bhutte ki Khees? कहाँ से है, कुछ पता है किसी को? इंदौर से. Bhutte ki Khees. Okay, it's a very traditional dish. Get to know your country first, right? A lot has to be done. Bhutte ki khees is basically bhutta, corn, khisa hua, yani घिसा हुआ, and then cooked with coconut milk and some spices. A very peculiar flavor is jeeravan masala. Okay, good question. I'll show you how to do it. Take 5-6 pieces. So this is jeeravan masala from Indore. It's a mixture of almost 10-15 spices. It's like chaat masala, but you put this in poha for sure. Poha doesn't become Indori poha if you don't put jeeravan masala. So please Google jeeravan masala, okay, and find out what does that mean. Now let's look at the parma ham. Now parma ham are thin slices. So what we're going to do is, we're going to roll it up for easy cutting. Yeah, I want dices, so I'll first cut like this, and then I cut like this. Okay. Then the rest of it, leave it like that. Pen. Not working.
actually that is what pans are actually not working.
Oh, कोई भी नहीं करेगा?
I think so.
Damn.
Should I mix the asparagus with the onion, chef?
नहीं. Okay, now another beautiful thing about olive oil we will do just now. It's again a training session. So I've got some glasses here. Okay, I called for it for a reason. I want 2 volunteers, one from this side, one from this side. Come on, quickly. Line up these glasses. Line up these glasses. So I'm using this. I think we can get this out. I'm using this beautiful extra virgin olive oil, which is from Greece. Okay. Now, do we have a tray as well? One part about olive oil is that it should never come to a smoking point. Okay, so you start with a cold pan. And that's it. That should be enough. So you start with a cold pan so that the oil never smokes. Do you have a grater here? Grater. Call for a grater. I'm using a little bit, then you chop up a little more finely, yeah? Yeah. Can you chop up this celery for me? This much, yeah? So, अरे volunteer कहाँ गए? Put this much olive oil in all the glasses. Yeah, you want to ask a question? आप क्या करो? आप एक ट्रे लेके आओ, सबको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना शुरू करो. Do we have windows here? Can we open these windows? Otherwise, room will become very stuffy. And open that door also. Yeah, fine, job. So I'm making the arancini mixture here, and for that I've taken some olive oil, taken some Spanish chopped onion, taken a little bit of chopped garlic. Okay, I'm going to add some chopped celery here and the chopped Parma ham. Yeah, put, लेके आओ. Very good. Okay, so onion, garlic, celery. What is it called? Mirpua. Very good. Thank you very much. Now we go with the chopped asparagus, the chopped Parma ham, some salt, pepper. At this stage, you can add a little bit of white wine also. भाई खिड़की खोल दी, शीशा खोल दिया. Give one glass for me also, no? And these three also. आपने अपना glass लिया? Nobody is asking me any question. I'm not liking it. Okay, now I wish I had a bottle of wine. White wine. I wish. Okay, now this is basically to get all the flavors together. And here I have some Gobindo Bhog rice, which is already pre-cooked with only some onion, some garlic and some thyme. Okay, this is cooked with absorption method. So I am adding this here now so that the entire rice becomes an asparagus and Parma ham flavored rice. Okay. So now the rice mixture is done because it was already done. We just needed to flavor it with the Parma as well as the asparagus. Okay. Now let's do a quick exercise. We have olive oil in our hands. Everybody has got olive oil. Okay. Now we today will do what I did when I was 40 years old. You guys are 19, 20. Okay, pick up your glasses. ओके मुझे 40 साल तक नहीं पता था कि ऑलिव ऑयल को टेस्ट कैसे किया जाता है. सो टुडे यू व्हाट यू गोइंग टू लर्न, you only get taught in an olive oil field. Okay, but thanks to GNHM and European Union and me that you're getting this for free. Okay, what color of the olive oil is in front of you? Is it pale yellow? Is it light green? Is it grassy green? Grassy green. Let's break some myths about olive oil today. Okay? Olive oil कितने वैरायटी का होता है? Extra virgin, virgin, olive oil, and then pomace. Okay? Now this is the commercial market description for the bottles that you get. But if you ask an Italian that what do you use at home, they will only say extra virgin. Or if you ask a Spanish or a Greek, they'll ask the same thing. Why? गन्ने का जूस देखा कभी? गन्ने का जूस जब पहली बार निकलता है उसको वहीं रोक दो, बोल मेरे को यही चाहिए, आधा ग्लास दे बट यही दे. सबसे मीठा जूस वही होता है, राइट? उसके बाद जो निकलता है ना वो तो बेचारे की मतलब गर्दन निचोड़ के निकलता है. तो ऑलिव का भी यही सीन है. I asked an Italian, what does pomace mean? He said, shit. Okay? I'm not degrading the pomace market, but pomace olive oil is just basically a little bit of scent of olive oil with normal oil. But extra virgin olive oil is the first cold press extract of olive oil which comes out at 28 to 30 degrees, because beyond that the olive oil starts changing its properties. So the green oil, हाँ बेटा मेरे देगा तुम. Okay, from light grassy green to dark grassy green are two colors that you will find depending on where the olives are coming from. If you see, some olives are dark green, some olives are light green, some olives are black. Okay, now olive oil doesn't see the color, or does it? Olive oil comes from green olive oils or black olive oil? Black olives or green olives? You sure? बीच में क्या? हाँ, गैस मार रहे हो? ओके, पेपरकॉर्न का कलर क्या होता है? ब्लैक उगता है पेड़ों पे, ग्रीन उगता है, राइट? और रेड अलग होता है, पत्थर रेड अलग होता है, येलो अलग होता है, वाइट अलग होता है. नॉर्मल पेपरकॉर्न जो ब्लैक पेपरकॉर्न होता है वो कौन से कलर का होता है? और बाद में उसको सुखाते तो वो ब्लैक हो जाता है. यहाँ सुखाया नहीं जाता, यहाँ पे पेड़ पे ही ग्रीन के बाद ब्लैक होते हैं, राइट? सो व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग द ऑलिव्स, दे आर कॉलिंग एज थ्रेशिंग ऑफ ऑलिव्स. व्हेन द ऑलिव्स आर थ्रेश्ड, it is actually 80% black, 20% green, right? Then it goes through another sorting process. So what extra virgin olive oil comes out from is black olives. Okay, the green olives are a different variety. If you see those Spanish big olives, okay, Hoya Blanca and all of those, the big olives, those are another variety. So वो उनका size भी होता है. When they are green, they are plucked, and because they are bitter, that's why they are put in brine. Right? Olive oil is a little bitter because it got polyphenols, and that's what makes it very healthy. Polyphenols reduce the risk of cancer. Okay, Karela has got polyphenols. Whatever is bitter has got polyphenols. Okay, now you're looking at the olive oil as green color. Now smell. Okay, not like Davidoff perfume. Smell it like what do you smell? You smell?
Very strong.
No, related to something, no? Smell it like what? Mustard? अबे बंगालियत से हटो थोड़ा, भी इटली चलते हैं, स्पेन चलते हैं. Everything is not mustard oil. Short से नहीं. What else? Vegetable oil. Which vegetable? This is also vegetable oil. Sunflower oil. Soybean. You have never smelled a soybean oil. I can guarantee this. Otherwise, you would not said it. Okay. Chalo, we'll come to the smell later. Let's taste it first. Okay. Let's one second. There's a way to taste olive oil. Okay. So this is what you need to learn. Everybody's eyes and ears here. Okay. You will not drink. You will sip. And how you will sip? Okay. So you will first take a sip. %80 लोगों ने सिप लेके अंदर ले लिया ना? नहीं लिया? You'll take a sip, you'll swirl it in your mouth. Don't take it inside, just swirl it. Don't mix your saliva with it, just swirl it. Okay? And when your whole mouth is studded with the olive oil, then do this action. What it does is, it takes the air from outside, it takes the pressure, okay? It goes to your upper, क्या बोलते हैं इसको? नहीं यार, ऊपर का palate, right? Upper palate, and it gives you that hit. Okay? Now can you tell me what smell is very close to this? घास खाई कभी? घास सूंघी है कभी? Does it smell grassy? Yeah? Now that the olive oil has gone inside you, does it smell grassy? Yeah, little bit. Yeah. Now, fresh olive oil will smell. If you're standing in the factory, it'll actually feel like you're eating grass. It's so grassy. Okay, it's very, very grassy. Some olive oils taste nutty. Some olive oils taste fruity. Okay, so fruity, nutty, grassy. These are the three flavors that you get in olive oil, right? Now, what is happening when you're doing? What's happening? Yeah, but if the olive oil is sticking to your palate, which means not a good olive oil. If the olive oil is kind of disappearing like petrol in your mouth, and now your whole mouth and your olfactory is filled with your smell of olive oil, then you know it's a good olive oil. Okay, now this is what Mr. Monini was doing in the office. हर एक ट्री का olive oil अलग नहीं आता. There's a bunch of trees and there are more growers who bring olives. They are all pressed, all taken separately. Then there is a mixture happening. Now he tastes the final mixture if it is the right mixture or not. Okay, let's do this again. नाक तक चढ़ा? अब समझ में आया सरसों का तेल वाला feeling. Right? So it should also be a little pungent. Now this pungency is because of the, I just told you, polyphenols. Okay? These polyphenols make this little bitter, make this little pungent. I hope this was helpful. Whenever you go anywhere in any hotel, I'm betting you, बहुत सारे शेफ्स को भी नहीं पता. उनको बताना शान से. मैं बताता हूँ आपको. Olive oil ऐसे टेस्ट करते हैं. You don't have to say this. You can say it, but you don't have to say it. Okay. Now, let's come back to this. So now this arancini ka rice is missing. Any idea what arancini is, by the way? Rice pakoda. Okay. Simple and clean and clear. So ये अभी होगा जी ठंडा. इसको कर दो साइड में. जब तक बनाते हैं हम एक चीज़ फॉन्ड्यू. आओ जी. कौन बनाएगा? आप ही बनाएंगे. पैन तो है नहीं. पैन और मंगाओ ऐसे वाले, क्योंकि वो तो चल नहीं रहे. Don't tell me कि जिंदगी में दो ही पैन है. एक और चीज शेफ की खासियत होती है, वो है जुगाड़. ओके, जब तक पैन आएगा तब तक फॉन्ड्यू बन जाएगा. सो नाउ फॉन्ड्यू आइडियली इज मेड विद वाइट वाइन, बट वी आर मेकिंग इट विद मिल्क एंड चीज. सो आई एम एडिंग some milk, and I'm going to make the fondue with an amazing, beautiful Gouda cheese which comes from Holland. Okay, it comes from Holland. And it's made with which milk? Goat milk, you sure? Huh? You sure? गलत जवाब. No. हाँ सूच है? Cow. Okay. So Gouda is made with cow's milk, and the beauty about Gouda is they will come to know. Now, like I explained to you the flavor of olive oil, you are going to explain to them the flavor of this cheese.
Chef, there's a question.
Yeah. What? You will taste. Wait. हाँ कोई मैं सोचा क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो तुम. विस्क है. Question? Anybody? Yeah.
We heard that extra virgin olive oil is really good if it is served raw, like with dressing, salad dressing. And people also sometimes say it can be, it is not good for cooking, extra virgin olive oil. And on normal olive oil is, we can cook with the normal olive oil. Does it make
Okay, so in the beginning of the cooking, I told you that what is the best way of using olive oil is that you take a cold pan. Okay, the whole idea is that olive oil should not reach a smoking point. So whenever Italians cook pasta, ये दूध फट गया भाई. दूध है और थोड़ा चिल्ड वाला दूध लेके आना. Yeah, so coming back, your point. Olive oil should never be taken above 80 degrees centigrade, otherwise the polyphenols start to degenerate. Okay, now if you are cooking with it, how is that possible? So if you see that when the Italians start to cook pasta, they don't put lots of olive oil, number one. They don't put the pan, make it hot like आपने देखा होगा, आप ट्रेनिंग करके आए सब लोग, पैन गर्म होता है उसमें ऑयल आता है, वो नहीं करते, वो कोल्ड पैन से स्टार्ट करते हैं. Right? So when you put a cold pan, you put the oil, the onions is sauteing, right? That does not reach about 70-80 degrees centigrade, right? उसके बाद टमाटर आ गया, फिर तो मॉइस्चर आ गया, फिर तो olive oil दब गया, right? And then they always finish it with some extra virgin olive oil, right? So शुरू में कम, बाद में ज़्यादा, right? So the whole idea is that it should never reach that temperature. So like I said, every Italian home prefers to use only extra virgin olive oil. Like in India, we prefer to cook only with desi ghee. But not all families can afford desi ghee. So they use multiple variety of oils, right? Some families only use mustard oil, right? So that's the same concept because it keeps your body healthy. Okay, now olive oil का जो myth था ना, extra virgin के नीचे वाले भाई बहन, वो सब by products हैं. They are for commercial market because obviously olive is not a cheap product. It is a expensive product. And if you're extracting something out of it, you might as well make use of a little more of it, right? Okay, till the time this is coming, I will and as we do that, I want you guys to take one piece, taste it, and then tell me what the flavor you feel. डाल पड़ा Explore.